I lived with my husband and 4 children in a rented apartment located on the 2nd floor. One night, my husband was late for some reason, so I decided to wait for his return. After my children went to sleep at around 10 o'clock, I sat next to my 2.5-year-old daughter until she fell asleep. Then I crept quietly so as not to wake up and went to finish some kitchen work, and while I was exhausted and trying to speed up my work, I saw my little girl standing at the kitchen door, so I looked at her to ask her what she wanted. But she suddenly hid her face behind the door and grabbed it with her small hand, and then I said to myself that I would finish the kitchen work and take her back to sleep. I received the shock when I stared at the hand well, as it was not my daughter's hand at all. It was the hand of a very white little girl and a little swollen. At that moment I almost passed out from fear. Then I looked at the door and I was reluctant to go out while she was still standing behind the door, and then I heard the sound of his hitting strong force on the kitchen wall, as if it was a big hand, hit the wall with force, which scared me and forced me to quickly go out to the bedroom and find my child sleeping quietly, so I immediately closed all the doors and turned on the lights while I was sitting waiting for my husband to return, feeling very afraid. This story has passed 5 years. Whenever I remember it, my body shudders, but I am sure that the jinn played a role in it, and it is one of the strange things that happened to me. Happened to a nurse who was working in the cold room for the dead at about 2 o'clock at night. He was not the type to be afraid. But the unexpected happened. He was sitting writing some papers related to his work, and suddenly, the electric light was cut off, so he waited for it to come back without being terrified or afraid. In the beginning, it was very normal, but suddenly the electric light came back, and when the man came back stunned, all the dead are sitting. His mouth was open and motionless, and the electric light was cut off again, so he began to read the Quran while he was afraid. And the light came again, and he actually saw that the dead were all sitting. And the light was cut off for the 3rd time, and when it came back and the man would pass out, the dead had returned to their places in peace.